Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on the video. As you can see, we have a new car, a new SUV rather. Now the reason is, especially in this economy, I know it sounds crazy, but the Pathfinder was having a lot of issues. In fact, the transmission was starting to go bad, and that was like $4,000 to fix that. So I talked to my brother-in-law over at Hyundai, and he said they could give us a really good trade-in. He also gave me his employee discount. And we got a trim level that was just above the base, so that way it has the captain seat so Alistair could stretch his legs, because our kids are getting really tall. So that was another factor too. Ian was hitting his head on the Pathfinder, like right against the ceiling, and this one has a couple more inches, so room to grow. So yeah, obviously our kids are really tall, so it was helpful with that. So I didn't really want to do it, but at the same time, it was kind of born out of necessity. And by the way, sorry about the echo. We have to shoot in here because it beats the wind outside, which was far more egregious. Anyway, that is the vehicle there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have Ian walk us through some selling points because he might wanna be a car salesman when he grows up. Now, for someone who's on the autism spectrum, that might seem like a tall order, right? Because a lot of people have speech delay issues or other verbal issues. But Ian, right around the time he turned 5, he really broke out of his shell and started just talking and talking and talking, and he hasn't stopped since. So maybe that's a good thing. You know, maybe he will be a really good salesman, and he certainly has the knowledge. He loves cars, he loves the details. So we'll see how he does on this video. All right, Ian, can you walk me through what's going on in here?
Yeah, so under the hood we have a 3.8 liter V6 engine with a GDI transmission.
Nice. Okay. And how much horsepower are we talking?
291 brake horsepower.
Very cool.
Yeah, so it can go around anywhere. Our also heard it has a towing capacity of just 5,000 pounds. So if you got like an RV or anything, or just some tiny vehicles, this can carry just about that.
Okay, but I mean, it probably doesn't get very good fuel economy because of all that power, right?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so what kind of fuel economy are we talking?
Oh, I'd say, it's 19 miles per gallon city, 24 miles per gallon highway.
Okay, well, that's not too bad.
No, it's okay for its class.
Oh, okay, thank you. All right, now the engine's gonna be a little bit noisy, but it sure beats the car beeping at us, because when you leave the doors open, it'll just keep beeping at you, so you don't forget to close them and drain the battery, right? So that makes sense, but a little noisy. So why don't you walk us through the interior?
Sure. So over here you have some hybrid leather seats.
Nice.
You have 2 cup holders here with a hint of storage.
Okay.
And an armrest.
And what's way back here?
Oh, let's see.
Kind of dark back there, but
There's a 3rd row.
yeah, there's the 3rd row.
Captain seats.
Yeah. Yeah, and so what we were saying earlier is Alistair can sit in the 3rd row once that other seat is up back there, and he can stretch his legs in between these 2 seats. So he's not crammed back on the 3rd row, because he was starting to hug his legs back there. It was really uncomfortable for him. So this eliminates that problem.
So this trunk has a feature where you don't have to yank it down, but you have this button right here where it actually does it itself. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. What are you doing here? Oh, I see. Very nice.
Yeah,
That's how you open it.
that's right.
All right, Ian, we're inside the vehicle now. Can you start telling us a little bit about the cabin?
Yeah, so first of all, I love the trimming. It is very silverish, very beautiful. You have trimming here, here, here. And the materials are quite high quality. I love it.
Awesome. What about right here? What's going on here?
So let's start with auto hold. So what auto hold will do is when you stop, like let's say in traffic or something, it'll keep the brakes holding automatically for you. So you don't have, so let's say so your ankle won't be so sore all the time.
That's nice. So what are you saying? So if I have take my foot off the brake, you're saying the car will just stay in place?
That's right.
So that's great in stop and go traffic.
That's very right.
Nice, okay. So what about here? What's this wheel for? Walk me through that.
All right, so when you twist it, you go through different modes. Eco mode, which we're in right now, is for fuel efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Snow mode is to help with snow, but to be more specific, it slows down the tires. So when you're winter driving, you don't have major problems during the winter.
Okay.
And for smart, it goes to your driving habits. Like, let's say if you're used to going fast in this car, like in the freeway, and like getting the sporty feel, this car will allow you to do that and won't bother you about it. You have sport, which will tighten the steering, tighten the powertrain, and yeah, it makes that red too. It just makes everything stiffer. The steering wheel, the suspension. Comfort, however, makes it less stiff and gives you the most comfortable experience, comfortable as it comes.
Cool. All right, so why don't you walk me through this? What do you call this now?
Infotainment system.
Infotainment system. Okay, can you walk me through that? Show me some features.
Yeah, sure. So here you have valet mode, and what it does is you could say it locks some parts of your car so no one can steal it, and yeah, it helps with that no one steals the car from you. Very helpful. And quiet mode, this is kind of cool because, like, if you have kids sleeping in the back and you don't want them, like, let's say, hearing rock music while they're sleeping, what quiet mode will do is it will shut down the back speakers and keep the front speakers on. So you can have all the rock music all to yourself while your kids are sleeping.
Okay. Now, I heard that this has a feature where you can listen to, like, nature sounds and stuff. Where is that?
All right, let's see. Now,
Do you want a hint?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's go to media. Okay, can you find it?
Yep.
There it is.
There it is.
Nice.
Now, this is the harbingers of spring, moment of meditation, rainy day.
That's Mommy's favorite.
Absolutely. Experience the universe.
It's Connor's favorite.
City at dawn, with people jogging on a sailing ship. Lively forest.
It's my favorite.
And
I like the autumn one too.
absolutely.
So this is just to get people calm in the car, right?
Yeah.
And this comes pre-built in the car.
That is absolutely amazing.
Very cool.
You have warmth in winter.
Okay, so let's say it's really hot outside right now because it's summer, right? So what if this screen gets too hot? How can I turn that off?
Well, you have this star, which you could say is a custom magical button, where you do this.
Oh, okay.
But you can set to any setting you want.
Got it.
But it only does one setting at whatever you set it up as.
Okay. Now walk me through what's going up here.
All right, so if you wonder what these page things are, these are to help with your menus.
Okay, can you press those?
Yeah, sure. There's your tire pressure. There's your lane. There's your gas status. There's your compass.
Okay. What about some of this stuff here?
This is cruise control,
Mm-hmm.
lane keep assist.
Right?
And this feature, this especially helps because let's say if someone cuts in front of you, your car will automatically slow down.
Okay.
But if it's way up ahead of you, your car will automatically speed up.
So it's an auto speed control, is that what you're telling me?
Yep, that's right.
Okay, cool. Now what about up here? What's going on with all this stuff?
Well, let's see. SOS, this is to get help immediately if there's something wrong.
Very handy. Okay.
And
I'm gonna turn this down.
this is to see your kids, like a bus driver, like, stop hitting your brother.
Hey, stop hitting your brother back there. I can turn this car around right now.
Yep. That's coming in handy.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Okay. What else do we got going on in the car?
Let's look at the storage. See what the storage is.
Oh, and let's not look in there. It's a mess. Yep. Already we got the car and already messing it up. All right. Anything else here in the cabin that you want to talk about? Oh, what's this here? This is a little different, right?
Oh yeah. So usually people are used to old school cars where they have this big transmission thing, but because Hyundai's all about modernity, you have buttons instead. You get used to it though.
Yeah, and it's very obvious what gear or neutral you're in, right?
Yeah, because of the letters. So I'm sure it won't be a problem to a lot of people.
I should say it's obvious you're in gear since you don't have a gear selector, but you do kind of, right? Because you have
paddle shifters.
Paddle shifters. Fun, right?
Absolutely. And of course, sport mode.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what? We missed this little lock button. What does that do? That's a curveball. I got a curveball for you, Ian. I didn't talk about that before we got in the car.
Oh.
It says lock on it. Do you want me to help you out with this one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, this will lock your differentials, so it'll split the difference between power from the front and the back tires 50-50. This is really good for like off-roading and stuff like that, where you need all the wheels engaged, because it's an all-wheel drive car, meaning it'll have selective power to the wheels depending on the situation. But this will have equal power distributed to each of the wheels.
That is amazing. All 4 wheels have equal horsepower.
Right, and what is this right here?
Oh, that's you could say it's a crawling mode when you are in a declining hill. When you decline down a hill, it's like you're crawling down safely.
So I don't go too fast and things like that?
That's right, and your tires won't spin whatsoever.
Awesome. Ian, this has been really, really fun. Thank you for walking me through this. I think if you want to be a car salesman, you'd be really good at it.
Thanks, Dad.
Here's the thing. This is the radiator.
Can you point? Don't touch it though, it's hot.
Okay, so here's the thing. So it goes maybe under and right to the engine at the little electrician working thingies, but they're in the engine and other stuff. The radiator, listen, the electronic things are inside the stuff to keep the car moving and well.